How does a man who once stood above crowds end up running for his life? How does a leader who promised greatness become a symbol of collapse? This is the story of Benito Mussolini and the dramatic fall of a ruler who once controlled a nation. In the early 20th century, Italy was unstable. Economic struggles, political chaos, uncertainty everywhere. And into that chaos stepped Mussolini, a powerful speaker, a man who promised strength, order, and national pride. Through influence and force, he rose to power, eventually becoming the leader of Italy. For many, he appeared to be the answer. But history has a pattern. When power rises too fast, it often hides dangerous cracks. So what turned a powerful leader into a man on the run? Mussolini aligned himself with Adolf Hitler, drawing Italy deeper into World War II. At first, the vision seemed bold: expansion, influence, power. But the reality was different. Military failures began to pile up, resources drained, and the people started losing faith. But here's what changed everything. The people who once supported him turned against him. As the war intensified, Italy suffered heavy losses. Cities were bombed, economy weakened, fear spread. In 1943, Mussolini was removed from power, arrested. The man who once ruled with authority was now a prisoner. But the story didn't end there, because somehow he returned. With help from German forces, Mussolini was freed. He attempted to rule again, this time in northern Italy. But it wasn't the same. His power was gone, his influence weakened, and as Allied forces advanced, the end became unavoidable. Mussolini tried to escape, disguised, hidden, but he was recognized, captured, and soon after, executed by Italian partisans in 1945. And just like that, the man who once stood above millions was gone. Italy moved forward, the war came to an end, and Mussolini became a figure studied in history, not for greatness, but for the consequences of unchecked power. The fall of Benito Mussolini is more than a historical event. It is a warning. Leadership built on control, fear, and ambition without accountability will always collapse. True power is sustained not by force, but by trust, responsibility, and wisdom.